Jared, thanks. We're inching closer and closer to the holiday season, which means that plans may already be in place for your Thanksgiving and Christmas meals. Here to talk about some ways that you can avoid foodborne illnesses during the holidays is Isabella Reid from the Northeast Tennessee Department of Health. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I know that as we approach the holiday season, a lot of folks are already planning those Thanksgiving meals and maybe even their Christmas meals too. What are some of the most common foodborne illnesses that people should be aware of when they're preparing these large meals or even hosting?
Yeah, so when we think about most common foodborne illnesses, we think about Salmonella and E. coli being associated with undercooked foods, and we think about norovirus where people share food or drink.
And I know that there are a lot of things that people can do to prevent that from happening. So what steps can holiday hosts do to ensure that their food is safe, and especially when it comes to the raw meats or even the leftovers?
Yeah, so we want to make sure we're thawing our turkey safely, so using the refrigerator or the cold water method, never leaving it out at room temperature. We want to make sure we thaw our turkey and then cook it safely. So we want to make sure it's reached an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. We also want to make sure we're not doing any cross-contamination, so cleaning surfaces and utensils and hands frequently. And we also want to make sure we're putting leftovers in the refrigerator within 2 hours of it being served.
And I know that folks might have some questions about reheating the leftovers. Is there anything that you have about that?
Yes, we want to make sure it's reheated to 165 degrees.
So that's kind of the magic number when it comes to all of it.
Yes.
Well, I know that there are some folks that, they might be heading into this season and they're kind of worried about it. But if someone suspects that they're sick after they eat, what do they need to do?
Well, you always want to see a healthcare provider if you suspect you're sick or you have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. But if multiple people are similarly ill, then you would want to reach out to your local health department so we can make sure it's not a larger issue with food safety and prevent future outbreaks.
And if folks, have any more questions, what can they do?
They can call the food safety hotline with the FDA.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Great tips ahead of the holiday season.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, plenty